I'm a non-binary trans person and I want to tell you about my medical transition. So I was assigned female at birth and I hit puberty rather early, and then I learned what being non-binary was as a 16-year-old. By the time I'd figured out that I was non-binary and might want to transition, I had already gone through a female puberty. This sucked for me. I was so uncomfortable in my body and I couldn't figure out why. All of the changes that happened in my puberty made me upset. I had a really large amount of stuff here that made me so dysphoric. So I knew I wanted top surgery pretty shortly after I figured out that I was non-binary and trans and that was a thing. It took me a while to get it though, because I didn't know if I wanted to start hormones. I was so dysphoric about my chest, and I knew I was non-binary and not a man, that I wasn't sure if maybe I just wanted to have a flat chest and then otherwise no changes, and that would make me feel better in my body. Unfortunately, my insurance only covered top surgery if I was also on testosterone, because my insurance only believes in trans men and not in trans non-binary people. So I had to spend a while saving up for that. Eventually I got top surgery though, and it was so good. Just immediately felt correct on my body. So then my chest was flat. Hooray! And then I went back out in the world and it turned out I still had dysphoria. Once my chest dysphoria was gone, I started noticing the other areas that still caused dysphoria, but were just quieter. Once I had a flat chest and people still were perceiving me as a woman, I noticed that I had a lot of dysphoria around my voice. It was too high. I thought, maybe I want to try testosterone. So I got on a low dose. It was great. I wanted the changes to come faster. So I got onto a regular dose of testosterone. And for a year or so, I went through regular teen boy puberty, and it was great. The minute that I started to get little hairs here, I was like, lower dose. I don't want that actually. Since then, I've been on a lower dose, and I've at times gone down to a very low dose, and I had thought maybe I'll go off tea at some point, but every time I've gone down to a pretty low dose, I just feel worse. I like what it does for my muscles and my fat distribution, and that's something that I need to keep taking tea to get, so I take tea. I don't know if I'll ever stop, or if I'll just be taking a low dose of testosterone for the rest of my life. But here's the thing. I don't have to know what I'm going to do with my transition in the future to know that this is a really good call for me now. I couldn't have told you in advance that this is the transition that I wanted, but I am so much happier for it.